Hello, and welcome to this Bizmates Tell Me About video series for Japanese business people. And today's topic is Japanese products. Okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you about, different Japanese products in English because I don't know that much about Japanese products, but I'm going to tell you my impression of Japanese products growing up. And in the last Tell Me About video, I explained about my background, that I grew up in Canada, okay, with people from all over the world. But my grandparents actually live in Japan, or they lived in Japan, they still live in Japan now. And as a child, I could only see them maybe once every 2 or 3 years. But for my birthday, for Christmas, for special occasions, they would send me and my brothers all kinds of Japanese products. Things like candy, for example. The Morinaga and Guriko candy, delicious, completely different from candy back in Canada. It's gotten better. Canadian candy has gotten better over the years. But back then, when I was a kid, the apple candy tasted like sugar. The cherry candy tasted like sugar. But the Japanese candy, the apple candy tasted like apple. The cherry candy tasted like cherry. I thought it was amazing. And the toys, all the great toys, the Wultara Man little figurines, all these different toys that I would receive. And also things like games. That was a boom when I was a child. The little TV games, we didn't really have like the Nintendo and stuff, but we had little TV games that were really popular. Great. And of course, manga, animation. And I would take these, when I got these, I would take them to school and share them with my Canadian friends. And everyone was like, wow, where'd you get this? This is so cool. And I was like the most popular kid only for a short time when my grandparents sent me these things. And I always wondered why we didn't have all these great goods in Canada. And I remember asking my mother, I said, Mom, why don't we have all these great candy, great toys in Canada, like in Japan? And at that time, I remember my mother said, well, everything in Japan is so expensive. And it was during the bubble economy. And I thought, oh, okay, Japan is an expensive country, so we can't find these things in Canada. But after I became an adult and I moved to Japan, I realized that it wasn't the price, because now that the economy has gone down, things are much cheaper, but many of these things are still unavailable overseas, at least in Canada or in the US. And I realized the main reason is because of English, because of the communication skills. And I feel that it's wasted talent. There's so many good things here, and it's just a matter of getting it out. And I think there's just so much more potential. And that's why I enjoy seeing the Japanese go out into different parts in the global economy and succeeding. And now we're seeing people like Ichiro and actors and other athletes go overseas. Sushi is all widespread. But I think there's still a lot more that the world hasn't seen about Japan. So I hope that soon we can see these products all over the world. So that's my impression of Japanese products. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed this Tell Me About video series, and we'll see you in the next video lesson. Thank you.